Hi everybody, Sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel sibuke ama reality shows ethu alla eMzansi bese siza la sizokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama reviews ama recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga any other issues avukayo. Mangabe lama shows siwabukile kwi TV, siyaphinda ke sikhulume ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu alla eMzansi. If you are joining us for the first time and you happen to like our content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi bese press the notification bell so that you can get notifications uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sese ufakile. Guys, there's also a join button for those who want to be members of the channel. There's a thanks button for those who want to thank the channel. Thank you so much to everybody that watches our adverts Sukule channel. Guys, we did do a story recently of a girlfriend of the late musician Flabba, after she had done the interview on McG podcast and chill. And obviously there was a whole lot of response from people who had watched the interview, and a lot of people were not happy. I was one of those people that was uncomfortable about the way that she was and the way that she conducted herself on that interview. But other people felt like we were being too hard on her. What is she supposed to do? And then there were other people who felt like it's not that she was making light of the situation. It was this platform that she was on, which was podcast and chill. A lot of the times on that podcast they're making jokes, and you can't now be sitting there and not laughing at the joke when the joke is funny just because at some point you did kill somebody. And I did understand that, you guys, and a lot of people were suggesting that she should have gone to a different platform to tell that story. And obviously one of the things that we found out on that interview was the fact that they were going to release a documentary where she is going to be telling her side of the story, you guys. I'm not clear as to the ownership of the docu, who's going to produce it, basically who's going to make money from the making of the documentary. I am not clear on that. But apparently, some of the family members, Zake Flabba, were watching the interview. Some were sent the links, and they are not happy with what happened. And also they have questions when it comes to the documentary, because apparently they were not contacted about it, so they don't know anything about it, but they do have opinions moving forward as to what should happen when it comes to the making of the documentary. So there is an article that came out from the South African publication. It says that Flabba's family demands girlfriend gave donkey profits to the kids. Apparently Flabba did have kids before he passed, and like on that interview, Sindi, who is the girlfriend, does reveal that at some point she did not know that Flabba was married to another woman, and she did find out during their relationship, but she doesn't clarify and in terms of the kids, how many kids he has. Even on this article they do say that it is not clear Uguti how many kids he has, but it is the opinion of the family that if they are going to use Flabba's name to make money, then it will only make sense if that money goes to Flabba's kids. Okay, I'm just going to read a little bit from this article. It says, like many South Africans, the family of Nkululeko Habedi, aka Flabba, has accused Sindi Manqele, the woman who was convicted of his murder, of monetizing his death. Last week, Manqele appeared on the podcast and chill show where she spoke about the fateful evening in which she mistakenly stabbed Squatter Camp rapper in the chest, and how she was rebuilding her life outside the confinements of jail. The 33-year-old also mentioned that she is working on a documentary about his life and death. In May, Manqele was released from prison after serving her 12-year jail sentence. Okay, so the family here made some comments here. So it says here, Flabba's brother Tsebang told Daily Press of Manqele's plans. We were not informed of the documentary. We found out on the podcast like everyone else. We have not been approached about the documentary, and we have not been in contact with her since she was released on parole. Tsebang added, in my opinion, the profits of the production should be for the benefits of Flabba's children. That is the thing, you guys. Also, I think it's Flabba's mother that they mention in this article, who also says that she is of the same opinion. Number one, she was very surprised to see her talking about the documentary, because they did not know anything about the documentary. But as well, they said that they haven't been in contact with her since she came out of prison, so they did not know of any plans to do the documentary, what the documentary is going to be about. And also they just feel like if it's done at all, since it regards Flabba's death, imali that they will make from it should go to his children, you guys. Honestly, you guys, I do think that she does have a right to tell her story, ulokuzana usindisiwe, but I do feel like she has to be sensitive to the fact that this is a very sensitive matter to the family ka Flabba. And other people have said ukuthi, but there was accusations ukuthi uFlabba was abusive to her. I understand that, but it wasn't his family. Even if that is true, that it was, they were in an abusive relationship, it wasn't his family that was abusive to her. So for them, they just lost a son, and for the children, they just lost a father. I would have really just loved for her to just come out of jail. Of course, we can't tell people how to live their lives. However they choose to live their lives, they should just do that. But I would have liked it if she had came out of prison. She has this law degree, I think, that she has now. There's so many other things that she could do if she just left this story alone, because it's obviously it was always going to hurt some people if she came out and talked about this particular issue. I do feel like maybe it would have been a good idea for her to just leave this story alone and do other things with her life. She's already served her sentence, and it looks like she's working on some projects. Would it really hurt her if she just left this story alone? Because now there's gonna be these issues now where people are talking about the fact that she's gonna make money from the documentary. Where is the money going to go? And I don't know if she is obligated to give the money to the children, but I do feel like it would be great if she could give the money to the children, because she is using Flabba's name. But I do feel like legally she could be able to get away with actually doing the documentary and taking the money for herself and not giving any of the money to her children, to his children. So I don't think that legally they will be able to do anything about it. But again, I'm not a legal expert, you guys. But I am wondering what you guys think about this. Do you feel the way that the family is feeling in saying that the money that she makes from the documentary, or the money that is made, because I'm sure she's not the only one that is going to financially gain from the making of the documentary. So I'm just wondering what you guys think. Do you think that the money should be going to his children, or do you feel like if she is working on a documentary that is going to be her money, she can't always have to repay the family because she's already gone to prison and served her sentence? But somebody did mention actually in the comment section on the last video to say we must not forget that her sentence is not over. She is on parole, so she is still actually being punished, because even now she does have limitations or when it comes to movements and stuff. But for me, if you are out of prison already, girl, and you go my podcast and chill, you know what kind of punishment is that? It's like you are free. For me, guys, it just looks like you are free. The family definitely has a point, guys, when it comes to the children. I just don't know if there is something that she is going to do, or any of the people that are producing the documentary are going to do. And I don't know if Flabba's family will have financial means to actually pursue this legally. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Mpumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.